Silva and welcome to another Art Talk. So today I wanted to talk about just portfolios in different facets and different ways. We know that your portfolio is something that's going to represent who you are. And it's up to you to really make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, because what this all comes down to is skill. I just came back from a Schoolism Live Expo out in Calgary, and I looked at portfolios out there, and I looked at portfolios at a convention I was at too. And there always seems to be just confusion by many people as what should go in a portfolio. What is it? When I first got started, I had no idea what a portfolio is. I didn't even know how to put together a portfolio. I didn't know what is it? What does it mean? And so what I've learned through the years is it's really going to be just a representation of just your best work, right? People say, how many pages should I have in my portfolio? You know, there's no limit. And in all honesty, people don't look at the portfolios in the big black books anymore that you drop off. It's all really done online. That's where you're going to find that most people are going to see your work now. So now what you want to do is really just build up your website and build up your presentation there and showing what it is that you want to do. The thing that you don't want to do in your portfolio is put in work that you just aren't content with, that you don't even enjoy doing. Don't throw stuff in your portfolio just because you hope you'll get a job. Can you imagine if you got hired to do something, if you had background layouts and you were hired to do that? You would be miserable, absolutely miserable. Every day you'd be going into work and having to work doing these backgrounds when it's something that you just don't want to do, where you have no desire to do it. So that's the thing. Find that focus. You have to be specific. You're going to find that most studios are looking for that specific type of artist. They're looking for the character designer, they're looking for the prop designer, they're looking for the cleanup artist, they're looking for the background layout, they're looking for the concept designer. Whatever it is, make sure that you focus on that and do the best. You know, what it comes down to is your drawing. You're gonna have to do lots of drawing in this. There's gonna be no shortcuts. I've discussed that many times. It's all gonna be about making sure that you are just showcasing just skill, because there's a lot of people out there trying to get the same job that you want. So how are you going to stand out? And one of the things that I would say in order to stand out is just get really good at what it is that you want to do. And you say, well, I don't know what it is I want to do. Well, then I say, experiment, explore, try some different things, see what it is that you find to be that passion thing that really jumps out in your heart, that you really just got that gut feeling for. And just learn how to it's not about just trying to figure out the little tricks and the people's brushes and things like that. I feel like people are sacrificing that for skill and drawing skill and the fundamentals. Too much time spent on, if I can just color it, well, then I'll be good. And it's not. It's going to be so much more. So the artist who's going to get hired, and I guarantee you this, is the artist who can draw well. That's what's going to get that person there. When people look at your portfolio and see that it's distinctive in a way, that through your drawing, you're really showcasing, gosh, if this person, even in their line work, even in their rough sketch, there's something there. They don't have to rely on the color. So I would make sure that I would be focusing on that just a lot more within your portfolio. You know, you can mix it up. You can have sketchy stuff. You can have finished work. Maybe you might even show, you know, I've seen different portfolios too, and I don't know where it all came from, but I'm seeing a lot of portfolios that are just showcasing a concept of, say it's a story, and a story that they developed, and they're showing the background, they're showing the character, they're showing some props, but it becomes very limited, and it doesn't become versatile enough. It's just, you're just showing, yeah, this could be one story, but that's never going to be your role. You're not going to be doing the backgrounds, the colors, the props. That's not going to be your position unless you're creating your own story, your own content, your own book, your own children's book, whatever it may be. That's when that will apply. So don't cheat yourself by just limiting your portfolio just to a specific idea of project. You got to show a range. And when you show the range, because every studio, what happens? Every commercial is different. Every television animated show looks different. Every feature film looks different. And your role as a commercial designer or commercial artist in the production world is going to have to be adaptation. So with that said, I would say just make sure that you're really trying to diverse your portfolio as much as possible, and that's going to be a good thing. Especially if this is the industry you want to get into. If you want to work doing, say, children's books, or you want to do editorial, or you want to move into magazine illustration or things like that, I think it's very important that you have a distinctive style, that you find that style, and you already have that style, you already have that voice within you. It's just going to take lots of drawings to eventually come out. But I would say that is something where you have to be consistent, because an art director always wants to know that they're getting the right guy, the right person. I made a big mistake in my younger career when I wanted to do magazine editorial illustration, and I sent it off to, all the magazines, Rolling Stone, Time Magazine, all these different places, sending caricatures that I was doing. And I was hired to do a job by a magazine, and I gave them something completely different from what I had shown them, because I didn't understand that, oh my gosh, it all has to be the same. That's why they picked me, because they liked what I had shown them, and then I went and did something completely different. So you don't want to do that. So make sure, it's important to know what direction you want to go in. And then now it's just a matter of, just get that drawing in there. That's what's missing a lot in the portfolios, is just a real essence of fun, a sense of caricature, a sense of life, a sense of movement. And I'm not talking a portfolio full of anatomical drawings. That's not what's going to do it. What's going to do it is just the good draftsmanship and seeing how you can take your characters or the feeling of your characters and evoke some emotion and evoke some life and evoke some fun into your artwork. And then, you can color it up and you can make things look pretty, but don't polish something that is just lacking in just content and idea. And that's where the biggest mistake comes in on a lot of these portfolios that are going out there. So you need to stand above the rest. That's your goal. Some people are going to give up very easily. That's just the nature of the game and the business. A lot of people don't have the willingness just to really keep going forward once they've been neglected and rejected. They just give up. They simply give up. They feel, they take it personally. And I say, personally, don't. Just keep going. It's the persistence, and you keep doing that. And then just on your portfolios, on your website, you got to make sure that you're keeping it simple. Don't get all the flash stuff going. It can't take a long time to load. You don't want that, because people who are looking at your portfolio, they're looking at things very quickly, and they need to move through the process very quickly. So make sure that you don't have a bunch of all these buttons and all these other, distracting things that are gonna take you someplace else. And I've seen that a lot on websites where people, they have their stuff, but I don't know what I'm looking at. It's very confusing. There's so many other buttons. So keep it simple. I just recently relaunched my website. You can check it out right up here. Silvertoons.com, and you'll see if you look at my portfolio there, you can see how I've broken down my character design into a bunch of different categories. So I have my feature animation design, I have my television animation design, I have my animal design, I have my miscellaneous, whatever, my figure drawing, whatever I have in there, and you'll see how simple and easy it is to read. And you may say, yeah, but I haven't worked professionally yet. I don't have enough work. Well, make sure you draw. Give yourself give yourself challenges. You have to make sure that you're drawing all the time, because that's how you're going to get jobs anyway. So give yourself the assignments. Make sure that you're making this a focus, a priority. Make sure that you're going to do maybe, you know, if it's, you're going to design 3 characters a week, 5 characters a week, 1 character a week, whatever it is, eventually you're going to look back and say, thank God that I did all that and it didn't keep waiting or procrastinating, because that's the death of most artists, is the procrastination. You keep putting things off and you don't want to do that. So anyway, I hope this gave a little bit of outlook and into the portfolio world, and the importance that this is what you're going to be judged by. Most studios still give tests. They're going to look at your portfolio and they'll see, hey, this person can do this in this style and they can do it that. I think maybe they can match this style, and that's why you want to be versatile. The more versatile you are, the better chances you have. And I've found that with my whole career. I've been working since I was 18 years old. I'm 42 right now, because of the versatility that I've had in my work. I've been able to work on many different shows and create many different show styles and do different things, but it was all based on just the raw foundation and fundamentals of structure and shape language, and understanding that sort of concept, the sort of things that I teach. But that's what I do. I teach what I know, okay? I'm not going to try to teach something that I don't know, and that's what I know, and that's what I know works out there and what people are being hired by. So that's it. Anyway, have a great week, and thanks again for watching. Trying to do this every single Monday. Please share, please subscribe, and thanks again. So I will talk to you next week. Take care.